Let's do some trading. Scott Bauer is here with us this morning, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Okay, Scott, so a lot of optimism here. A move like we haven't seen in a long time in a reopened stock tied to China. What do you think?
You know, I think you described it really well, that this analyst could either be a hero or a bum, right? It could be a home run or a disaster. I actually think longer term, great call. When I say longer term, I'm talking 6 months, a year down the road. Near term, I think there's still too many headwinds in the space, whether it's Macau, China, you know, wherever it is, I think there are too many headwinds. So if you look at the charts here, the charts have been saying, you know, recently lower lows. There's been some resistance. Now, we did just break through that resistance on this 9-10% rally this morning. I think this is an opportunity to take a bearish position for the short term, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going out to regular October expiration. Gives me about a month. I'm buying the 60-55 put spread. I can buy that for $1, really cheap. I think that once this is done, once this upgrade kind of settles out a little bit, I think Win is going to come back in. I'd love to see this thing back down probably around the 57, 56 area is where I'm targeting by next month. From there on, you know, I do think there's lots of upside, but I don't see that, Oliver, again, till probably first, second quarter next year.
Okay, so short-term take here, going a month out, pretty straightforward, bearish spread, and you're looking basically to fade this move. I mean, you know, if we had traded this yesterday, you might have had a different approach. 9.5%, 10% is a big difference.
No doubt about it. And you know, I was absolutely bearish yesterday. This comes out today. You know, I'm kind of curious what the stock would be doing if it weren't for this upgrade right now. It's one analyst. So I'm still taking the bearish side of this. But the beautiful part about this is that because I'm buying this put spread for $1, even if the stock doesn't go back down or if it does continue to rally and I'm wrong, I know what my risk is. I am locked in. I cannot lose more than $1 in this spread with a lot of upside and a lot of time for this thing to play out.
And Scott, the other thing that we talked about this morning was a different analyst upgrading the local hotels and resorts here in America, Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, obviously international companies too, but the headwinds that you mentioned for Wynn, do you view that as a sort of uncertain China-specific limitation right now relative to what's happening in the recovery here?
You know, that upgrade is a little suspect to me as well because, yes, the last 3 months, maybe the last 6 months, travel has been robust. People are spending. They're getting out. They want to catch up after being locked in for 2 years. But I'll tell you, times are getting tough for a lot of people here. And some of that spending, you know, maybe not the business side, but the leisure side, some of that spending, I think, is going to start really slowing down with just all of the economic circumstances we're going through. So that upgrade that I saw there, kind of suspect to me.
Okay, all right. True. I mean, it's in the numbers. It's in the data, as we saw with the consumer figures today. Not too pretty. And we'll get another update tomorrow, but definitely a point that resonates here with this. All right, thanks for the trade, Scott. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Like the analysis. All right, coming to us from the CBO, Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, fading the move.